What's up, everybody? This is Mario, and I'm back with another episode of Endurify. And first, just to start off, I want to give a shout out to Hula Hooper 150, who about a month ago left my first 5-star review. And it's kind of funny because I do this podcast every single day, but I use an app called Anchor. And Anchor is just a different app. I pull it up, basically just click a button and start recording. And I really don't go to the actual podcast app on my Apple phone in order to look at my listing. And so just randomly today, I got a notification that the podcast app had been updated. So then I went in and I was just kind of checking it out, and they have a brand new kind of UI and a new layout. And so I was like, I wonder what Endurify looks like. And I went to check it out, and I scrolled to the bottom, and there it was, my first 5-star review. And it was amazing. Just such a cool moment to see that. And so just wanted to give a shout out to Hula Hooper 150. Thank you for, providing some feedback, giving that 5-star review, and sharing that, you find that this podcast is inspirational. You like the content and you like the format. So that's the kind of feedback that I'm looking for. Would love to hear more from the rest of you that are listening to this. What do you think about the podcast? What do you think about the layout, the format? Let me know. Either just leave a review or send me an email, mario@endurify.co. Would love to hear more from you. But to get into it today, I had the Half Ironman Des Moines yesterday. I did the quick race recap. But today I just kind of want to share a little bit about how I'm feeling, where I'm at, and kind of what I'm doing for recovery. So it was a long day yesterday. Obviously after the race, driving back, went to dinner to celebrate Father's Day with Emily's dad. Then had a few things that we had to get together and basically just went to bed. But I woke up this morning and I'm pretty sore. I think that a big part of that was kind of how hard I went on the bike. And I'll get into a full race recap this week once I have a little bit more time. But basically, I'm really sore. And kind of a funny part is I didn't put any sunscreen on my arms and my shoulders. So it's like I've got this ridiculous farmer's tan that's going on right now in my arms, which is kind of painful as well. But my quads, my hamstrings, my calves are all really sore. And so after a race, I think it's super important to do a couple of things. And that's what I want to walk through with you today. So the first is to get more sleep. So for the next, couple of days, I'm going to be sleeping a lot more because I don't need to wake up and train. So I'm basically going to be replacing that, extra hour that I would have in the morning for training with sleep. The most important thing that you can do after a big event like this is just get more sleep. That's number one. And you can get to bed earlier, you can sleep in later, you can do both. You can take naps, whatever it is. Sleep is the best thing that's going to help you and your body recover. So that's number one. Number two is just drink a lot of fluids. I've had a water bottle in my hands basically all day, and I've just been, constantly flushing my body with fluids, with Gatorade Endurance and just electrolytes, and just trying to, give the body those fluids that I need to recover, right? I was sweating a ton yesterday, and I was trying to rehydrate after the race, and that's a trend that needs to continue today and tomorrow and these next few days. So that's kind of the next big thing that I'm doing. And then after that, I am trying to do a little bit, or I will start to do a little bit of just super light recovery. And so I took today completely off. I'll probably take tomorrow completely off as well. So I'll have about 48 hours. And then after that, I'm just going to probably go to the pool and just do a few laps and mostly just do some jogging in the water. So this is something that I like to do. Just get into the pool, just really light, super easy, do a few laps, and then also just do some stretching and some really light jogging. I definitely wouldn't recommend, with the way that I'm feeling, like going for a run. That's probably the last thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to start by just doing some light stretching and some light swimming. You can also do some really easy light spinning to get the blood flowing, get your legs pumping. And then after probably about a week is when I would start to get back into some training. But all of that would be very low intensity, very easy light jogging before I really start to like ramp up again for my next event. But those are just kind of the main things that are super important in this stage. Number one is sleep. Going to bed earlier, sleeping in later. Number two is fluids. And then number three is just like active recovery, but super light recovery at a very light intensity. And so those are just kind of three quick things that I'm thinking about and that I would recommend to somebody else who's going through this recovery process right after a race. So that is what I have for today. I hope that helps, and I'll talk to y'all later.